When a 13-year-old Portsmouth girl disappeared in July, the town's police chief, Jeff Furtado, was the face of the department, giving periodic updates to the media. What many people didn't know is that Furtado had retired from the department 3 weeks earlier, after 26 years on the force. For the first 6 months of 2013, he had served as acting chief, after the previous chief retired. But on July 1st, Furtado's title changed to interim chief. He began collecting a $67,000 a year pension, plus Blue Cross medical and Delta dental coverage. He also got a payout of more than $70,000 for unused sick, vacation, and comp time, all provided for in the union contract. Furtado continued working part-time, earning $1,400 a week in his new role as interim chief, outlined in an agreement drawn up by town administrator John Klim. Klim says he asked Furtado and acting deputy police chief Stephen Cofield to stay on after their retirements, while he completes a search for a new permanent chief.
I didn't want a disruption in service, and it's a very important position, and they were willing to do it during the interim.
Part of the deal? A lump sum bonus payment of $10,000 for Furtado and $8,500 for Cofield when they began as interims. According to a contract the town provided after the Hummel report asked for the terms of the arrangement last week.
We're paying the chief half-time for full-time work, and we're getting 50 years of experience with no disruption from now until the time that we hire a chief.
In fact, Furtado and Cofield, according to the contract, are being paid for 29 hours a week each, at approximately the rate they were making when they put in their retirement papers at the end of June. So why the bonus payments for the two officers? Portsmouth is the only community we could find in the state where every officer, including the chief, is in the union. And the union contract expired June 30th. Furtado, who had 26 years on the job, and Cofield, 25, had a difficult choice to make. Stay and potentially lose some retirement benefits in a new contract, or retire and preserve their pension payments and full medical coverage. But they were each a month away from receiving a substantial longevity bonus, $10,000 for Furtado and $8,500 for Cofield. And they wanted it enough to ask for a 30-day extension to the union contract just for them. The union unanimously rejected their request, saying it would agree only if the contract was extended for all 33 members of the department, something the town was unwilling to do.
Chief Furtado also got a $10,000 bonus, and Mr. Cofield got $8,500.
That's correct.
And what was that for?
In lieu of the longevity that they would have gotten if they hadn't retired.
Well, and so, but didn't they have to make the decision by June 30th because they potentially, with the new contract, might have faced a reduction in benefits? They had to decide. Their longevity, their anniversary was in July.
That's correct.
And so don't you think they had to decide one way or the other? We're going to retire, or we're going to maybe stay and get the longevity?
Well, it's a decision that was made by the town, and as you probably know, several weeks later we had a child abduction, and we were very pleased to be in a position with 50 years of experience between the chief and the deputy that the right types of decisions were made. And so I don't think there are many people second-guessing that decision.
And the two-page agreement signed on July 5th contained a gag order. Quote, Mr. Furtado agrees at all times to keep the terms of this agreement strictly confidential and not to disclose, characterize, comment on, convey, or in any sense reveal the content or nature of this agreement to any person or entity, including but not limited to members of the media.
Did it hinge on their saying, well, look, we'd really like that longevity? Clearly the chief he's getting his retirement, he's continuing to get paid, and he's getting, exactly, right, for the 29 hours.
Right.
But he's also getting a sick payout and all of that. But for the extra $18,500, was that going to make or break the deal for them?
You'd have to ask them.
So we asked Furtado, who told the Hummel report the confidentiality agreement prevented him from speaking with us.
Was that all vetted out? Were those payments made public?
I'm certainly making it public now, so, I mean, for anybody that asked,
There
yes.
was a clause in the contract that said specifically for them not to talk about it with the media. What was it?
For them not to.
Yes, and why would that be?
I don't know. That was a provision that was put in by the town's attorney, but I certainly haven't hidden the fact, and I'm proud of the work that the chief did, and in the long run, I think it's saving money for the town.
Clem says the town hopes to complete the search process for a new chief by the end of the month. In Portsmouth, Jim Hummel for the Hummel Report.